Hello there, children. This is Doolin Dalton.
And Steve Wareham.
It's Monday night, so let's get down and nerdy.
Can someone go ahead and kill that, please? Just stop the track.
Nerdtopia, yo, and we got a fucking podcast. Cruising in the speeder, bullseye, and flipping womp-rats. Comics, video games, movies, real-life superheroes is what you can expect if you're wired to be weirdo. So we welcome all the newbies and the groupies, flashing boobies in the movies without cooties. In the show, it's got you drooling with this comedy, no fooling. Now presenting you your hosts is Steven and Doolin. Word, NerdtopiaCast.blogspot.com, Facebook.com/NerdtopiaCast, also YouTube and podcast 38 seconds.
Hello, la la la.
I just got back in from Gatlinburg.
And boy, are your arms tired?
No, I said I got back. I didn't say I flew back in.
Well, I added it.
A little bit of John Lovett's coming out in you there.
Acting!
Well, I added it.
Yeah.
No, but no, man. I spent the weekend in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge with the wife and the kid.
Yeah.
And you and I are both from Florida.
Right.
Well, yeah, you spent some time down there, and we spent a lot of time in Orlando.
Allegedly.
I kind of noticed. I picked up on this, like a lot of Orlando, Gatlinburg specifically. It's like somebody picked up Orlando and just kind of dropped it in the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
And they just added like a shitload more white trashy type folks there.
And put much bigger tits on the mouse.
Yeah, exactly. You've got it's like you've got like one end of the scale or the other. It's either like the skinny, cracked out meth addict with neck tattoos and the wife beaters, or like the morbidly obese folks devouring food that they have no business devouring. And there's nothing in between that.
They should mate.
They should. They would create an entirely new species of white trash hybrid.
But I think that's like in the one Blade where they make like the super vampires that kill all the other vampires. So
yeah, they'd mutate and grow out of their control. And then Wesley Snipes would have to bust out of jail.
But he's got tax problems. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
No, man, we had a lot of fun, though. I hit up Magic Quest while I was there.
Yeah.
It was that was a fantasy nerd's dream come true, dude.
Yeah.
You go in and you get like a little magic wand, and you go through, and they've got it set up in different quadrants. So you've got like the Dragon's Realm and the village and the Enchanted Forest, and it's kind of like part scavenger hunt, part role playing adventure, basically.
I would get kicked out of that place so fast.
You should come with us.
Yeah, no. I would demand that everybody speaks in an English accent and wears multicolored scarves.
Well, they've got either like college kids or like 20-something-year-old dudes that are standing there, like they're so apathetic, like what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm standing here wearing leather fucking armor. And
meanwhile, I'm a 30-year-old dude walking up to him, Flipendo.
Well, even like the girl, like you create your fantasy name, and like so the girl that I gave her, you fill out a little sheet and she puts all your shit into the computer.
Yeah.
And she looks at my fantasy name, and she looks at Jen's and Aiden's. She's like, "Oh, these are kind of cool. Most people just hand me Harry Potter or Frodo or some shit." And I just looked at her, I'm like, "You're cool."
Yeah, no, I don't. I have a online. I think I talked about it last week. I have an online name. It's always been Avorian. That's been in any game. If you've seen Avorian,
I remember that.
Yeah,
in, several of the D&D games we played together, you always were rocking an Avorian.
Yeah, and that comes actually from I think the first Fable game. There was this place called the Temple of Avo, and that was like the place with the big giant sword out that you had to have like the high strength to get it. And that name just kind of fascinated me. But I was like, no one does anything with this. I'm gonna take it. I need a fantasy name now that I'm becoming one of them. Mm-hmm, so right. So I was like, I'm gonna be fucking Avorian. So if you've seen Avorian, specifically in Warcraft or the like,
kill the motherfucker, because there can be only one.
Yeah, you don't. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I tanked the Lich King, bitch. So that I would probably do that. I can't imagine. I don't know though, man. Like I would be like usually I can kind of control myself to the point. Like I work in kind of a job where you have to have some measure of self-control, so I know how to put on the the act or whatever. But I don't imagine me having any self-control at all being in an environment like that. It just
that's why we need you there, because every party needs the wild card. You've got like the paladin, and you've got the fighter, and then there's always the rogue, and it's like, what the fuck is he?
Yeah, I'd be like backstabbing dudes. Like
it's like Jack Sparrow. Like which direction is he gonna take?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we need to take you to Magic Quest.
Oh, sure, fair enough, man. That's good enough reason for me. Yeah, I'd be casting fucking what is it? The abracadabra kill spell. She knows.
Yes.
It. What is it? What is the kill? What is the kill spell from Potter?
Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, see, Avada Kedavra. What's it? That's abracadabra, isn't it? Avada Kedavra.
Yeah. No, it is. It fucking is. Like real fucking original.
Yeah, abracadabra.
I can't really criticize that franchise because it's wildly successful, and I've done
billions
of
dollars.
So.
And we hung out at a Blockbuster for a while. That was cool.
We did do that. Where we criticized a lot of movies. We never made one.
Yeah.
But we criticized.
Oh yeah.
We're good at that.
I almost made one.
It's funny. All the time, like we'll watch like shitty comic book movies, or like we'll bitch about it, but I guarantee you, if Marvel Comics came to us tomorrow and be like, "Hey guys, write the screenplay for Avengers 2," we would. Okay.
It would be the chintziest screenplay ever. It's gonna be like, and then at the end, Thor standing there, and then Hulk Hogan comes in from ringside, and Mr. Rogers.
It would just turn into like 2 hours of the Avengers making cock jokes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would be.
And Loki comes back. I've returned, and then Captain America's like, "Your mom."
Yeah, exactly. Credits.
What the hell are you talking about? Your mom's talking about. That doesn't even make sense. Your mom doesn't make sense.
I'd watch it
for 2 hours. Just 2 hours of that.
I'd pay good money to see that. I'd pay bad money. I'd pay whatever kind of money to see that. That'd be
but we'd have some pissed off fanboys, man. We'd be dude. That would be the most epic troll ever.
And then we would go to our movie and be like, "This sucks. They killed the continuity. I hate it."
Yeah, we would start the tirade against our own film. That's genius.
Yeah. And then profit wildly off of
Let's get it rolling, man. I have a couple words of thanks we want to get out of the way, I think, as we do every week, because we are very appreciative of our listeners.
We
listeners, if you will.
Do you really want to start the show out like this?
You know what, man? I feel that we have a duty to report our findings.
I'm just saying it didn't go.
All right. Win, lose, or draw, good or evil, doesn't really matter. I mean, we found something, and I think that we have a responsibility to our listening audience to report our findings.
Okay, well, let me just kind of preface everything by saying this. This started out as cute. This was kind of a joke, and it's one of those things that got kind of taken a little too far, and maybe I'm responsible for that. Okay, I'm mostly responsible for that.
Yeah,
but so all right. Anyways, so I made a little trip down to Florida last week. I had some stuff I needed to get done down there to see my mom, and I just happened to be hanging out in Central Florida,
right?
And
I think isn't Edward Foltz lives down there?
Yeah. I found a phone and it happened to be him. It happened to be his phone. I just found it. On the middle of a street corner.
Right.
Just as conspicuous as day. I didn't take it. Right. I didn't steal it. I didn't pay anybody to steal it. It was there, and I took it, and so I went through it, and I found some things, and kind of I got carried away, and I sent it to somebody, and there's audio. So
okay, all right, go ahead. I would love to hear this.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and play this. This is the results of what I did.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that is nice. Yes, thank you. Yes, that is very nice. Yes, my name is Leon Phelps, and thank you for joining me here on Rapping with Leon about ladies. Yes, so here on the show, we'd like to read some of your sexier emails. One's about your sexiness and all of the sexy things that happen in or around you. Yes. Now, as some of you may know, there has been some talk recently that maybe the show is a little bit too sexy for its 2:45 a.m. time slot. Yes, now I think we are just sexy enough, but the fact of the matter is, we've lost 17 sponsors after last week's doing it in the butt fiasco, so we need to tone down the sexiness to like a low sexy roar or a sexy whimper. So now on to this week's letter. One of my more sexier friends, Steve over at NerdtopiaCast, nerds can be very sexy too, sent me this sexy message to read to my audience because it was just rife with so much sexiness.
I'm kind of hard right now.
Steve says, Leon, hope that bomb worked. It got me through rough times. Anyhow, I stole this phone off some dude outside the Bear Assets in Melbourne, Florida. And I do not know what this means. It says, what up, Megan? Anyway, and found the following voicemail on his phone. Now, because of all the sex contained in the letter, you know, I had to make some editorializations to the letter that was presented to me to make it just a little less sexy. So here we go. This is a message to Edward Phelps from star of adult video stage and screen, Tina Towner. She says, hi. Is this Edward Phelps of Nerdtopia? Oh my God. I got your number from my girlfriend, that is sexy, who told me about your life-changing experience, very sexy. She said that you are a sex god and the things that you can do are unworldly. Ooh, that's spooky sexy right there. She said that you all had a 7-way. How the hell can one man please 6 women at the same time? Now, that will be in an upcoming 2-hour special. I don't want to bury the lead, but that we will show you how to do that and maintain sexiness. She goes on to say, you must be part animal. What I'd really like to do is for us to get together and, well, I cannot say that, and beep for a whole beep, then call my friends Dominique and Jezebel, ooh, very sexy names, and have them beep your beep so hard that it beep beep and beep beep. Oh, oh, oh my beep god, I want you so beep. So call me and we'll make that happen. K sweetie, my number is beep. So that is from a porn star, and that is a very special message. And going out to Edward Phelps, advice from one who knows sexiness as much as I know sexiness. It sounds like you are sexy enough. What I would try to do in this situation is try to have the sex, but again, work it to the butt. Okay, that is all for that segment this week. And this has been Leon Phelps, here for Rapping with Leon. About ladies, stay sexy, everybody.
Yeah, so
man.
that went a little farther than I meant to, and
yeah.
And I get carried away sometimes. I just anyways, if you're listening, your phone, I FedExed it out yesterday. You should have it very soon. Hope there are no hard feelings. But
thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks. So we appreciate that. But hey, you know, I mean, it's one of those things. It does happen from time to time. People leave their phones outside of churches that I happen to frequent, and they get found, and I try to do the right thing. So.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
But thanks for plugging the show, man. If you guys want us to have you be our sponsor, so to speak, and, plug us on the show, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Yes, and again, immense amounts of shout outs to everybody who kind of is waving the NerdtopiaCast banner, including but not limited to Chris and Laura and Ed and
Carolyn.
And all you guys, man. We're so so thrilled to be able to do this show for you guys every week, and your time is coming. Your time is coming. We'll get on here, and then you can tell your friends to listen to the show. See how this works? Tell your friends to listen to the show and hear all these wonderful, like, you know, tawdry, like, you know, maniacal. This podcast will get you laid. Like, I'm not even playing around. And if you want us, like, here's this. All right, we haven't discussed this, but this is my ultimate.
I'm not going down on anybody, Steve. Not again. Not after last time.
That wasn't talking about. But since you
opened the
I'm
sorry.
All right,
now?
No, hang on.
No, go ahead and say what you were going to say.
But here's I like to envision myself as a Cupid for people, like a kind of Cupid that for people who don't want to be in any sort of committed relationship with each other. Just basically, like, I really want to get people laid. So what I want you guys to do is a little project for you. You can submit it to me. Give me, like, you know, first of all, you got to plug the show. So, you know, we got to see something like you're waving the banner and everything. And then I want you to give me the name and the give me all the information you can about that special man or special lady in your life. And I cannot 100% guarantee this because I'm not, you know, I can't close the deal for you. You got to do some work. I can't. We can.
You know what we can do? We can express it through interpretive dance on the air.
Well, I don't. It's a podcast, fuckers.
Yeah,
so
well, yeah, but they will just have to take it at our word that it's beautiful.
Well, I'll do that anyway. But I will get on here and I will make such a romantic plea. But not so much romantic. I'll get you laid. I can do that. But I can't start it and finish it. So please send send emails. We need those anyway, man. Most of you guys know how to get in touch with me directly. We're gonna go over, we're gonna go over some other contact things. A whole like cacophony of things to go over as far as how to get in touch with us over the next couple of minutes as we start announcing some show details. But get in touch with me, get in touch with him, get in touch with the show. Send that stuff in. We'll read it on air, and we will get you laid.
Yes, we stand by that.
Yes. Well,
all right, man.
We sit because it's a podcast, but if it was a standing thing, then we would definitely stand by it.
Well, man, you want to get on with the? We got big news this week. I'm excited.
Oh my God, we have so many announcements. So many announcements. All right. I'm gonna kind of drive this because I had to make an entire page of shit that's happened like the last 7 days. It's been an awesome 7 days. Kind of under the radar because we wanted to announce all this. As most of you guys know, most of you guys have listened to us that listen to us are in the Facebook group NerdtopiaCast.
Yes.
Okay. I'm still, I'm readily available. If you're not in the, I'm going to say this, I'll put this out there. If you're not in the NerdtopiaCast Facebook group, get with me or get with Doolin and we'll kind of get the names together because it does enhance the experience a little bit and we'll get you in there. But usually when we announce show details, that's usually the first place we announced it. We would announce it. But we decided, the shows are getting more popular, more people are listening, and we were going to kind of sit on some stuff, and then we'll all announce it the next show, which is V, bitch. This is episode 5.
Yes.
V for victory, V for vendetta, V for fucking 5, right? So that's a Roman numeral 5. Okay.
Yes,
so
we're on the same page.
Right. So we're sitting here last week, epic show last week. We're really happy with the way that it turned out. Kind of hitting our groove, and I said, you know what, man? Let's not be fucking sellouts early, man. Let's communicate with our audience and shit. I said, let's put something out, and then we'll have everybody, like fucking they do with the Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon. Like we'll all hit play at the same time, and we'll just talk, while it's going on. So we did our first, cast chat.
Awesome.
It was great, man. We had a bunch of people show up. Everybody was there. It enhanced the experience. Had a good time. And I'm like, this is how we need to kind of introduce a show every week, man. So we keep that interactivity with you guys. Yeah. Because you guys are we get all of the jokes that you hear, all the humor that you hear, it's just fucking stolen from the site. I mean, if you think we're funny, like everybody that surrounds us, infinitely more funny. We just happen to have microphones.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
we're just taking what is said in there, and it's like someone said, man, this shit writes itself.
Oh yeah. So a bunch of funny fuckers in there, and so the cast chat went so well, and everybody had a good time, except fucking Dave Clark. But listen, Dave, listen, Dave. I have man love for you. But listen, you're gonna have to knock it off. Yeah, but no more spoilers. Well, let me get this. No more spoilers in the middle of the cast. Chat.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave. Fucker. Okay. Much love. All right. So we're like, this is fucking awesome. Anyways, we go about our week. Bunch of personal stuff happened last week. And I have one personal announcement that I'd like to make that everybody in Nerdtopia knows. Everybody's affiliated with me on my personal side knows. Most everybody that knows me knows that my wife is pregnant. Erica is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And so we found out last Wednesday that after 2 daughters, I'm having my first baby boy. So
Drogo Wareham.
Yeah, no. I think actually it's going to be. I think we're going to stick with Jackson. We like the name Jackson.
But
and
I was kind of attached to Hulk Drogo.
I know. I tried to play, and I asked. I'll put Doolin and his very kind and lovely wife Jennifer. I asked them both to be godparents, and they graciously accepted. So,
absolutely.
So it, so that was awesome. That was kind of a start to the week. That's how everything got rolling. So we're like, okay, go into the weekend, and of course you had this trip planned. So I have my day job on Saturday. I just kind of sit there and commiserate. And so we, I get to the day job, and and I just kind of sit there and I'm rolling over my head. I'm like, there's so many things I want to do with the show and so many things we need to get done, whatever. And we're actually, the chat boards are kind of going crazy right now.
In the site. I'm watching them. Are you watching them?
Yeah. My computer keeps dinging though. So if you hear little boops, that's the Facebook forum. Anyways, so commiserating, sitting there, I'm like, so many things we need to do. I'm like, fuck excuses. We got to figure out ways. So I spent 14 to 16 hours this weekend in front of a computer trying to make things work. And lots of cool stuff. So we'll go ahead and get with the announcements. First of all, so we've kind of done this thing, kind of grown up through Facebook. Everybody's kind of had this whole group grow up through Facebook.
Yeah.
And, Facebook is as good as Facebook can be. It's awesome. It's convenient. It's all that other stuff. We decided, though...
And we'll still use it.
Oh, absolutely. That's still kind of our primary point of contact. We decided, in the interest of kind of some longer content, a couple of the guys that are in the group are writers. And we just, the one thing we all have in common is we like to make each other laugh.
Right.
So we decided to go ahead and relaunch the website. And so I got on and closed the old site, which was NerdtopiaPodcast.blogspot.com. And we opened NerdtopiaCast.blogspot.com. So that's NerdtopiaCast.blogspot.com. It's going to be the new home for the show, certainly part of it, because we also hooked up with an amazing group of people over at archive.org.
Mm-hmm.
Archive.org, and this was a huge problem early on. We had to find a place on the internet to store the shows. People don't understand this.
We were only on YouTube.
Yeah, we were only on YouTube, and we're going to keep up the YouTube feed because I know that there are some people who specifically listen to that. But what people don't understand is iTunes doesn't hold your show. What they do is they redirect it from another place where it's sitting on the internet, and all these places cost money. And that's one thing from the very beginning. We're like, you know what? This is the new medium. It needs to be free. We want it to stay free.
And we ain't spending money.
Yeah, we ain't got it, man. We ain't got it.
We can stay here on a microphone all damn day. Like, that's nothing. But, yeah, we don't have the scratch to throw out there to put out a free show. Sorry.
I got 5 kids to feed.
Yeah, exactly.
So we decided we were just going to do the YouTube thing, whatever. Archive.org, man. They are now hosting all of our episodes on both MP3 and AAC, otherwise known as iTunes friendly format, absolutely free. So, what I did was I hooked that up through a couple more little implements, and we dropped the shows directly into the Nerdtopia NerdtopiaCast.blogspot.com. So if you go there, you'll find each week we're going to post another episode, and that's going to pick it up. So if you subscribe to our RSS feed, then you will get the shows every week on MP3 or AAC format. Actually, I think we're dumping them in AAC. So if there's a huge MP3 crowd out there, we find out about you guys, then we'll go ahead and dump them in as both. For now, I think the AAC works. And generally, like, because of iTunes and the way Apple's done their things, AAC is pretty much universally accepted. So anyway, subscribe to NerdtopiaCast.blogspot.com. You'll get the shows every week. Boom. Put them on your MP3 player, whatever.
Yep, take them with you. Yep. Take them on your daily commute. Take them to the gym. Yeah, we'll be in the gym with you.
Dueling.
We'll sit there. Yes, Steve.
That's not all, man.
But wait, there's more?
Yes, there's more. So the bane of my existence from the very beginning of this journey that we've made through podcasting has been iTunes, man. So many rules and regulations to get in there, but that's where you go. You go to iTunes. People go down to iTunes to download podcasts and stuff. That's where they get it. So we knew we were going to be chopped off at the knees if we didn't have an iTunes feed. Try to pretend that doesn't matter because we're fucking rebels. We're doing it anyway. But it really does kind of matter in the grand scheme of things, because if you want to do something like this and have any sort of exposure, then you need to have an iTunes feed. So as of immediately before we recorded, before we went on air tonight, we are live in iTunes.
You got that right.
So you can subscribe to us through the RSS feed. You can subscribe to us through iTunes. You can go to archive.org and download individual episodes from there. We would prefer, like, if you're like, hey guys, make a choice. The iTunes subscription, that's kind of the number everybody pays attention to. So if it doesn't matter to you, do the
The fuck?
Oh shit.
Is Skynet taking over?
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. That was a severe thunderstorm warning, so apparently shit's about to go down. Anyways,
shit.
So if it's no hair off your back, do the iTunes feed. But I don't care. Go get them all, and make sure that you go to NerdtopiaCast.blogspot.com, and we're going to be
posting
with the
clickies.
Yes, make with the clickies. We're going to be posting articles. You guys are going to notice some ads there. Here's the thing. If you see something that applies to you, like, fuck, I want to go back to night school, fucking click on the ad. If you guys say, oh, this is a video game that I'd like to play in my browser, click on the ad. We're not going to, we're not here to, we're hooked up with Google AdSense. So, if you see something that particularly interests you, please click on our ad. If you're going to click on an ad, click on ours. If you don't, fuck it. But everything that we get from here on in is going to go to contributing to the show, making it bigger, better, and one of these days taking the show on the road. Faster.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
Yeah. So big news, technology-wise and distribution-wise, certainly. So it all changes today, man. You don't just have the one little group in Facebook. You've got YouTube. You've got iTunes. You've got archive.org. You fucking got a blogspot site. You've got you can come. Hey, listen, we're not big enough. We ain't put any fuckers off. Come to my house.
And that actually, I mean, and you're not too far off, man, because that is the end game. That's where we want to go with this.
Yes, very much so. So, thank you guys. We're here because of you. And like I said, the geek shall inherit the earth, man. So we are the face of the digital nerd revolution. So subscribe, listen to us, talk to us, fucking let's. We're gonna get our arms around this thing, and we're so appreciative. So that's like fucking all the announcements that I think we're gonna have for the next year and a half, because that was enough.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. So things are taking off, man. So let's go ahead and take off with it. I'm excited, man. Moving on to the weekly geeklies, like the ring of that. So we'll go ahead and hit it up, man. We have speaking of Nerdtopia, we have Phoenix Jones. He is in the group. He doesn't post in there that much. He's posted in there a little bit here and there. But he is a member of our little Facebook community. We got him joined, and then there was some question about whether or not he was, he was legit, he was the real dude. And some people kind of called him out on that and said, hey, you're not the real Phoenix. You can't be the real Phoenix. Like, it's shit inaccurate. And I don't know if you remember this or not, Steve. But, he actually posted a video on the Facebook feed that said, "I'm Phoenix Jones and I'm proud to be a Nerdtopian," and it was the real dude. It was a cool moment for us, man, because we're a small group on Facebook. There's only like 170 of us, and and Phoenix Jones is one of those, man, and we're happy to have him, dude.
PGZ.
Yeah, and he's I mean, if you ever seen an interview with the guy, if you had any sort of conversation with him, like he's just a very laid back, easygoing dude, and he kind of, some people question what he does, some people think it's great, some people think that he's misguided at best, and then insane at worst, and he's gonna hurt somebody. But man, I gotta tell you, I'm a huge supporter of Phoenix Jones.
Yeah, man, he's a good dude, and the thing that gets me is like, he, before this life, before all sorts of unspeakable tragedy and shit got him into superherodom. He was a teacher of fucking autistic children, like
right.
I mean, just a real salt of the earth kind of dude, and so I can kind of relate. But who the fuck doesn't want to be Batman? I mean, he's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. But so man, you put on the suit, you call yourself a superhero, and you wear that symbol, and and hopefully you inspire some people, and some people are inspired. But then you've got some people like this motherfucker, dude. Have you heard about Rex Velvet?
I've heard about Rex Velvet.
This motherfucker. Like, okay, let me tell you, this guy, man. He is a very elaborate troll, is what he's doing. Like, he's calling Phoenix Jones into question. He's basically stepping forward and saying, everything you do is for you. You're not doing it for the people. It's a big publicity stunt, and it's you're selfish. You're masquerading as a superhero, and you're misguided. You need to step down. People are sick of you. But the thing about it, Steve, is while he's calling Phoenix Jones out for doing this, he is doing it in the persona of a supervillain. So he's made the supervillain persona called Rex Velvet, and if you watch his video, like, granted, his production value is amazing. Like, this motherfucker has put together some awesome videos, but he looks like a skinny little hipster douche, and he is piggybacking off of Phoenix Jones' name to kind of make a name for himself, and that's what pisses me off. But anyways, on May 1st, he released his first video as his supervillain persona, Rex Velvet, calling out Phoenix Jones, and we're going to go ahead and just roll a quick clip of that.
My dear city, I can recall a time when I could leave this lair and conduct my duties proudly and without distraction. But now he's out there, along with his silly gang of misfit Power Rangers disturbing the peace. How things have changed. Now our city is protected not by our once respected police force, but by a tormented, delusional freak in a mask. How did this happen? I see that our boys in blue are being replaced by a hobo snitch in a mask, gallivanting around with a slew of nerds in tights. I have to wonder, what direction is our fair city heading in?
So that's Rex Velvet making his first appearance as Seattle's supervillain, or the people's supervillain, as he's calling himself.
Can I say something here?
You absolutely may.
That's kind of badass.
Well, okay. Well, granted, yeah. I mean, his video is cool, but he's a douche.
Yeah, but
he's a big bag of douche.
Guys,
because he's not a fucking supervillain, dude. There's nothing like Phoenix is at least out, helping people, and he's doing what he's doing. This motherfucker's just sitting around making videos criticizing Phoenix. That's not a supervillain. He's a fucking super troll, is what he is.
But what if he is a supervillain?
Well, I guess we'll find out if he decides. If he fucking poisons Seattle's water supply and thousands die, and then Phoenix has a battle with him at the top of the what's the big fucking needle tower?
Space Needle.
What is it?
Space Needle.
There you go. So yeah, it's Phoenix and Rex Velvet fight atop the Space Needle. Like I'm all for that.
Maybe this is all like an elaborate plot for a movie deal.
Well, maybe it is, because this thing, like I said, it surfaced on May 1st, and Phoenix Jones. I mean, the thing went viral. It blew up right away.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, Phoenix has an enemy.
Yeah.
It was very much media fodder. But Phoenix Jones just ignored him. People were trying to get statements from him. He didn't really have anything to say about it, which was probably the best thing to do for a troll. You just fucking ignore them. So a week goes by, and Rex Velvet, who really, really wants to be in the spotlight and have a little piece of Phoenix Jones' media fame, so to speak, he releases a second video a few days later, and he's really getting more persistent at this point.
I've patiently awaited a response from you, but it seems you'd rather cower away in your dreamland with your tail between your legs. It's time to hang up the masks and return to the real world. Now I'm frazzled, Jones, and since you've made such an effort of evading me, allow me to make myself more accessible. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Catch a phoenix with the DeLorean.
So if you watch the rest of the video, like, he gets into the DeLorean, he speeds away and talks about, the Rain City superheroes are all a bunch of children living in a comic book fantasy. So here's what goes on. Like, Phoenix Jones finally is like, fucking, all right. Answers this dude publicly and says, okay, if you want, I'll challenge you to a public debate. We'll stand up there and we'll debate. He's like, he takes it one step further. He's like, we'll do a 10-minute public debate, and then since you want to call yourself a supervillain, we'll have a 3-minute throwdown. So, like, if you've met Phoenix Jones, like, he's a calm dude, but at this point he's just like, you need to shut the fuck up.
So did he actually say, if you want to fight, like, we'll scrap?
Yeah. He said, yeah, if you want to, he said a 10-minute debate followed by a 3-minute fight, like, just a little time, like, we're gonna go one round in the ring, basically.
Fair enough, man. Has there been a response to that yet?
Yes. Well, Rex Velvet said he would, and then Phoenix Jones went into a local radio station. He was on the air that day, and Rex Velvet was supposed to be there and meet them. And they were gonna debate on the air. Rex Velvet made Phoenix wait for 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
And then he waited for 2 hours, and then he didn't come in. He phoned in.
Really?
Yeah, this motherfucker phoned in, and then just proceeded to exchange words with Phoenix on the air live. Now, they just kind of exchanged words back and forth. Phoenix just basically said, you're a fraud, dude. You're a fake supervillain. You're not real. Like, I'm out here doing what I do. You're sitting around fucking making YouTube videos. He said, you're not a villain. You're the Kim Kardashian of supervillains.
Oh, he plays the K card, man.
Yeah, well, you know what? And then Rex continues to troll Phoenix. He's like, oh, she's on our side. She's quite nice.
All right.
Yeah, so, I mean, this fucker, he's not serious. He's not going to get serious, man. Like, Phoenix already called him out, and he didn't show up. Like, that, I mean, so, like, he can make all the videos he says about, since you're evading me, but motherfucker didn't show up, man. It's like calling someone out to meet me at the monkey bars at 3:30, and then you stand across by the teachers and, like, sit there and shoot someone the bird, dude. That's basically what he's doing.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always that element of supervillains, man. That's got to be, you got to kind of be the member, like, I'm gonna bring wrestling into it, so don't tune out. This is gonna be a short one. But like in all the Royal Rumbles, Shawn Michaels would, like, go through the middle rope and then just hang down, like, by the ring. Because he didn't go over the top rope, he wasn't eliminated. Like, it's that same kind of, like, you have to, it's a cheat to win kind of mentality. So, like I get it, but also I kind of get it.
Yeah, I mean, I see what he's doing.
Yeah. So,
and he's gaining quite a following, man. Like, he's actually he's paying. Like, first of all, let me throw this out. This motherfucker is a wedding photographer.
Is he really? Well,
he's a fucking wedding photographer by day, and I guess he's been watching the news, and he is just so sick of seeing Phoenix Jones, man. And so he's launching this this counterculture campaign against him to just dispatch all of these guys in Rain City in the Rain City, being Seattle, that are calling themselves superheroes. He doesn't want to see it anymore. So what is he doing? He's playing up to that. Like, I mean, I get it. I just think it's stupid. And so he's gaining a following. Like, I took a peek at his Facebook page the other day, and he's got tons of followers on there. Even some of our Nerdtopians are like, I like this guy. No,
you can't. Now, I'll give the guy all sorts of props for creativity and inventiveness, but obviously you know where my loyalties lie. I had a pretty epic trolling of somebody who decided to say some not nice things about old Peeger.
Yeah.
And
I remember that was funny.
Yeah, we don't take kindly to those who mess with our kind. So I'll throw it out there. This show is a public forum for all Nerdtopians to air grievances against the forces of evil. And PJ, man, if you want on, bring it on.
Can someone please, throw this up on Phoenix? I don't think I have him listed as a friend, but please, somebody throw this up on Phoenix Jones' wall, man.
Yeah, let's get the word now. He knows us, so you don't have to be all there's some weird. He knows who we are. Tell him NerdtopiaCast, his buddies. Say that if you want to come on, man, we'll make sure you have all our information. We'll get you on here, and listen, we'll be. Yeah,
we won't throw you any curveballs, man. No. We'll tell you what we're going to talk about ahead of time.
Yeah, this won't be this ain't going to be the. We're not Meet the Press, all right. We're the Today Show. We're the Today Show. We're all about you, man. We'll come in. We'll get. Yeah, I'll. If you need a Robin, I could totally be a Robin.
I think he's got plenty of sidekicks, man.
Yeah, but I want to do it.
Well, go, man. There's nothing stopping.
He's getting a new suit. I mean, very obviously, like, what is he going to do with the old one? Throw it out? No, I'll use it. I just change the colors or something.
Yeah, man. But anyway, so he's making, Rex Velvet, that is, he's making all these public appearances. There's one clip of him on YouTube where he shows up at a movie theater. I don't know I bet you it was a packed house. It was probably like prior to a showing of the Avengers or something.
All right.
And he continues to like get the crowd all riled up about fuck Phoenix Jones and this, that, and the other.
All right. I'm gonna make a
declaring war on Rex Velvet?
I'm gonna make a statement. Ready?
Okay, make a statement.
I've prepared a statement. Rex Velvet. Fuck you, guy. That's my statement.
That's a good statement. It was simple.
Yep.
It said everything. It was to the point. It was
classy.
Direct. Said everything we needed to say. Fuck you, Rex Velvet.
Yeah.
That's what I say about that.
Fuck you, guy. Yeah. Classy.
So I think one of two things is going to happen. Phoenix Jones is going to hopefully just turn a blind eye to this guy. I don't have any more. Don't.
I don't hope for that at all.
Don't give this guy any more of your attention, man. He doesn't deserve it.
Peeger, fight evil.
Let him do a thing.
You're dedicated to fighting evil. Fight it, and fight it hard. Set an example. No more bullying. We'll have no bullying of real-life superheroes on my show.
Exactly. So anyways, man, so that's the story with Phoenix. It's kind of hard when you when you go out there and you put on the suit and try to take something that's from fiction, step it into reality. You're always going to have that bit of resistance there. But have you heard about Batman?
I've heard that there's been like some springing up of Batmans around the world.
Yes, specifically, I think there's one in South America. There might have been one over in Europe, but the different people are donning the Batman costume. Some of them are patrolling the streets. Some of them are doing other things.
Yeah.
There's one gentleman in Washington D.C. Now he has kind of become something of a local celebrity. Now he's not going out. He's not fighting crime. He's taking the Batman persona. He's a local businessman, I think.
Yeah.
And he's got a little bit of extra scratch laying around, so he's kind of tricked his car out to look like the Batmobile. He's got a really nice Batman costume, and he has, with his spare time, for no money whatsoever, this dude goes around to hospitals and visits either very sick kids or terminally ill children.
Oh, okay.
And he gives them a visit from Batman.
Good dude.
He's good dude. I mean, he gets nothing from it, man. He's just out there. He's just kind of out there doing it, and he's kind of become something of a local celebrity in Washington D.C. People just kind of know him as DC's Batman.
Right.
And he's become so much of a local celebrity that they are allowing him to, or at least they did once. I don't know if they're going to do it again, but they let him onto the local Fox News forecast, and they let Batman do the news, and the results were pretty fucking hilarious, man.
Why do we do this? Okay. We have Wednesday, no, we just did that. Thursday, breezy, high of 71. Friday, TGIF, mostly sunny and 72. Saturday, warming up to 78. And happy Mother's Day, Gail Werner Huberman. 74 degrees on Sunday. A few scattered showers, but it shouldn't mess up your barbecues.
I'm Batman. Next Tuesday, slightly cloudy with a 50% chance of justice.
Okay, wait, hold on. Now, I became a Batman fan later in life. But I've read enough of the books. Isn't Batman's mom dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Like, okay, the one thing that I don't want to hear from, my favorite Dark Avenger is TGIF. Gonna have some scattered showers, but
where's Rachel?
it won't mess up your barbecue.
Fair enough, though, man. Hey,
Batman?
Yeah, I'll give him credit on the suit. I'm looking at a picture of him right now. Very good suit. Yeah. But
I'm not poking too much fun at the dude because, like I said, man, obviously this guy has a good heart, but he is not a news forecaster, man.
What would have been epic is if they cut back to him and like, and now here's Batman with your 5-day forecast, and he's just standing there staring at the guy who just threw it to him, just like staring bullets. He's like, tell us about the weather, Batman. No.
Well, if you watch earlier in the clip, also he's like. They throw in there like, hey, what's it like wearing that, Batman, or something to that effect, and he looks at it very seriously and goes, I'm not wearing hockey pants. Like Dark Knight.
You know what? It's more power to the guy for doing what he does, but yeah, you're going to have to work a little bit. The voice is good. I wouldn't say it's a bad voice, but you're going to have to work a little bit on the act. It's not very Batman-esque.
Well, up until this point, he was only entertaining sick children.
Yeah. Maybe he needs to go out and like troll the mean streets of DC and start whooping some dudes. Yeah. You gotta have a little bit of an edge to be Batman.
Trolling. Oh, I gotta talk to you about this, man.
Okay.
So I know last week we talked about The Room.
Yes.
And we're gonna get together and we're gonna listen to it, and hopefully, like, I want to run some commentary for that. That'd be a lot of fun.
That is the plan. And we're actually one of the things that we were talking about is possibly getting Justin in, who has met Tommy Wiseau, in for the cast, which would be great, man. That'd be hilarious.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to have Justin sit in on it with us, man. We do, three of us can just sit there with microphones and just rip on the movie for a while.
Yeah.
But, no, so trolling, man, you played those clips from The Room. I was unprepared. And I had to bring forward my version of the worst movie, the best worst movie ever, so much so that, like I said, they have a documentary on it. So right. Troll 2 is a movie that was made in 1989, I think, and it was just god-awful. This movie flopped, and it failed so big, and then it just kind of fell off the map. You never really heard anything about it after that. But then it gained this like weird cult following, much like The Room. And so much so that there's theaters that play it. People come from miles around just to see it. And the main guy who's in it, George Hardy, he's a dentist in Alabama, I think. One of the nicest guys. They'll do a bit on him on the Best Worst Movie Ever, which is the documentary. Nicest guy you ever want to meet. But he will frequently make fun of the movie himself. But you played a couple clips from Room 2 last time around, and I wanted to bring in a couple clips from Troll 2.
Do you see this writing? Do you know what it means? Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tighten my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains. And your sister and mother will have to do likewise. Okay, Joshua. You want to get rough with me? You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for a vacation by going on a hunger strike? Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you. I'll see you tomorrow.
I thought he was going to piss on him.
It's retarded, man. That's the scene that, like, whenever he goes to cons, people are always begging him to recreate that.
Yeah, I thought he was like, you can't piss on hospitality, but you can piss on your kid.
Exactly.
I was about to go down.
Me, Daddy? I'll show you what you can piss on.
Yeah, exactly. R. Kelly up in here.
And then there's one more. Now, in this particular scene, one of the friends of the boyfriends realize that he is in a world of shit. Now, the trolls, actually, they're not even called trolls. They're goblins in the movie. Long story. I won't go into it. But they will turn their victims into plant-people hybrids and then eat them. And so he's watching this go down, and just one of the best acting performances of all time, realizes that he's next. And he doesn't run. He just stands there and watches and says this line.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh, my God!
Wow. Oh my God, they're eating me! This is weird.
He's not even running. He's
just
standing there.
It's like,
oh my God!
Oh yeah, man. It's I don't know, man. Like now, I'll give you. That's gonna come down to the wire. Like, as good as that is, or as bad as that is, The Room is equally as bad. So that's gonna be a very interesting dynamic for the two. I've got some stuff.
I think we should do both of those, man, and then we can put them up there on iTunes or whatever, and then people can watch the movies with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that'd be amazing.
Even more interactivity, man.
Yes. I'm all for it, dude. I love it.
I actually brought something to the table today.
Okay, great.
Yes. One of the things that I was going through looking up stories for prep today, and I actually found that they're coming out with, now my wife is very much the farmer, okay?
Yes.
On the Farmville. It's done the
Billion, if you will.
Yes. The moves the digital dirt and whatnot. And so like, and I tried at the beginning, and it's like, all right, well, this is, I can see why people enjoy it and all that stuff, but kind of got into it, and I was just like, Facebook games aren't for me. Then they went on and made the Marvel game, Marvel Avengers Alliance. And that was pretty cool, man. I'm
forever getting Facebook requests from.
Still getting Facebook requests from, but I gave it a shot, and I can see the appeal because you go on there and you you get to pick your hero, or you pick a team of 3 heroes, and you get to go on there and you get to fight bad guys and shit and kind of grow your team and get different powers and whatnot.
I think I played it for like all of 10 minutes, and then I never played it again.
I mean, I kind of got into it. It's got some RPG, a
little turn-based combat thing going there.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I could certainly see the appeal. Something is coming out that caught my attention. That I don't see that there's a way that I'm not going to enjoy it. They're coming out with Game of Thrones, the Facebook game.
Really?
Yes. Now,
Now,
you know me. While I do consider myself, I guess, a good person, I always try to err on the side of the greater good and whatnot.
Right.
There's something about just chaos that I love. I'm a big fan of chaos. I was describing it to somebody today. It's like my obsession with seeing things like chaos. I work for a big company. I work for a bank, 20,000 employees, something like that. And occasionally somebody will screw up and send some email to everybody in the company. And it's like, you get the email and you look at it, being somebody who's somewhat internet savvy, and you're like, okay, fuck this, delete. But then people who aren't necessarily familiar with Outlook or whatever decide that everybody in the company needs to know that this email wasn't meant for them, and they need to hit reply to all, please don't send me this email.
Oh, boy. Okay.
When you have 20,000 people, I was telling Justin, also works for the same company. I texted him. I said, it's like, to me, it's like if Christmas were a moving target, like you never know when it's going to be. All of a sudden, your inbox explodes. You're like, yay, it's Christmas. There's chaos everywhere. You just see every half a second something popping up. This is not my email. Please don't send me that. So anyways, I'm an agent of chaos. I can imagine that Game of Thrones for Facebook would do the exact same thing, man, because people get like so faction into the show. I remember you putting up the Facebook picture of Daenerys with the dragon.
Daenerys, yes.
Yeah, the rightful heir, right?
Right, the rightful heir of the throne, yes.
But people get worked up about this because if
they
you
do, man. Yeah, I think I had one of the pages I put on had like 48 likes and 12 shares on it.
Yeah, but then like there are now I'm okay with Daenerys.
What team are you on? Are you Team Targaryen?
Who do you think? I'm a Stark guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're more of a Jon Snow guy or Robb Stark guy?
Robb Stark guy. Now my of course my alter ego is Tony Stark.
Yes.
So I have to ally myself with House Stark. And so I'm a Stark guy. But if you there are people out there you can get into people take this really passionately, like the house that they're allied with. No one likes the Lannisters.
No, fuck the Lannisters. Yeah. If you like the Lannisters, unless you're talking about Tyrion, fuck you.
Oh, no, he's badass. He's badass.
Unless you're talking about Tyrion, you like the Lannister, fuck you.
Yeah, but that was, so I'm like, I imagine this comes in and just, starts tearing, families and relationships apart, and it's like, I thought you were a Targaryen and you're a Stark. I don't want to be your friend anymore. People unfriending left and right, building alliances.
Right.
The next revolution, man, is gonna come in digital format through Facebook for the fucking Iron Throne.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you pick your family? Do you pick your banner?
I don't know, man. They're just getting into development, and Facebook's like, the people that are designing the games who are big Game of Thrones fans, so we're gonna, make this as close to a simulation as possible for the platform that we put on Facebook. So I'm a little excited about this. This is gonna be cool.
Yes.
I was really happy about that. Another thing that I came across, and I've probably watched 13, 14 times since I originally came across it. I was on Nerdtopia the other day. It was Mother's Day.
Right.
And being as such, I had to find an appropriate Mother's Day video, link, whatever to put on. And I'm generally not a real huge fan of Andy Samberg. I don't dislike him so much, but some of the stuff is just fine. It's like a little campy. It's like a little too Sandler-esque for me.
Yeah, he does funny. Yeah, no, I like his songs.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are good, and I'm not hating on him in any degree. It's just like people, like different styles of humor. He's not necessarily mine, but a lot of people don't like Will Ferrell, and I love Will Ferrell. So, but usually his stuff doesn't really crack me up. So I go on there, I find this Mother's Day thing he did with Timberlake, and put it on. And it was funny. Then I found another gem. Now I'm gonna warn you. This is going to run a few minutes, but it is honest to God worth it. And I'd never seen this before. And it's apparently like 2 years old. This is a song that now Sandberg's got this group called Lonely Island, and it's him and two of his buddies, and they record music, and that's a music group. And they actually did a compilation with a guy who was real popular in the 90s, a gentleman by the name of Michael Bolton.
I think I've heard of him.
Yep, and it went a little something like, "Hey everyone, Steve here. Quick note, it's several weeks after this recording, but we're in the process of remastering everything, getting it up on the new site. UMG, nothing to do with Lonely Island or Sandberg or anything like that, but UMG, their management group, media group or whatever, had a real big problem with us posting that video, so we went ahead and took it down. I'm still going to give a shout out to the video because I thought it's amazing. It's Lonely Island, Jack Sparrow, and check it out. Very, very funny. But this is kind of the part where you're going to pause, hit pause, hit the pause button, and then go to YouTube or go on iTunes or whatever. I don't care if they make any money off of it now because they pissed me off. Not Lonely Island. They're probably good dudes, but UMG. So go to YouTube, watch it. Don't pay for it. Fuck if I care. And then come back and listen to the rest of this. All right, go. I'll wait. I'm kidding. I'm not waiting. So I think you kind of get the point.
It's funny stuff.
Oh man, I had that song in my head for 3 days straight. It was great. I was about to, like, before we decided to, because we kind of went on. Little Last Nose had some technical difficulties in the beginning. I was like, this has got to be the new theme music. I'm gonna say this again because we did play a lot of the song. The group is called Lonely Island. It's Andy Samberg's group, and the song is called Jack Sparrow featuring Michael Bolton. So when you go on iTunes,
they're the On the Boat guys.
Yes, yeah, they're the On the Boat and Like a Boss guys, yeah. So when you go on iTunes and subscribe to NerdtopiaCast, like I know you're going to do, and I know who you are, when you go on there and subscribe to NerdtopiaCast, man, buy that song. It's definitely worth, I've listened to it 10 times. It's definitely worth the 99 cents it's going to cost you to do. The guys are actually kind of talented. Like, they're not bad rappers.
No, not at all, man.
Yeah.
For a couple of white boys.
Yeah. They throw it down. So that's had me cracking up. I had that in my back pocket to kind of throw up there for a while. But I just have been forgetting to mention it because we have so much other shit going on.
Right.
But yeah, man. So that one was stuck in my head. Literally kept me awake 7 nights in a row because I couldn't get out of my head. You just sitting there.
A lot, man.
Yeah, you get this close to falling asleep, and you're like, Jack Sparrow.
Hey, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
it's catchy, man.
Yeah,
that's gonna be in my head all day.
Yeah, well, I hope it is, man, because this. I mean, like, if you're gonna have
Jack Sparrow.
Like, imagine like you're asleep, right, and you're dreaming like little fucking rainbow butterfly dreams and stuff, and you have this like big adventure hook coming in. You're like, I'm a pirate. You know, I mean, that's a dream you want to have.
That happens every night.
Yeah.
Sometimes a pirate, sometimes a superhero. You know, sometimes. Well, we'll not talk about that.
While we're talking about neat iTunes, iPhones, and app shit, I had mentioned a few weeks ago, and I just never really followed up of an app that I found. I've always been interested in dream theory and shit like that. And I'd mentioned a few weeks ago that there was a new app that came out for the iPhone. You can buy it on the iTunes store. I believe it's 99 cents and maybe $1.99. I'm not sure. And it's called Sigmund. And Sigmund was developed by some smart-ass dudes at fucking Harvard. And basically what it does is you put it 4 feet away from you when you go to sleep. And at less than that barely audible whisper, it says stuff. So you're like, flying, or boat, or ninja, you know, whatever.
The apocalypse.
Yes, and it makes you dream those things. And I was actually.
Did they have testimonies of these things? Or?
Well, that was my thing because I mean it was new. I saw an article. USAToday.com did an article on it. Real quick blurb. But I'm like, all right, guys from Harvard. I got a gift card for iTunes. A couple months back for my birthday. So I was like, I'm just gonna burn it and I'll test it out so I can tell people, man, this is coming from me. Man, that worked. It absolutely worked. Oh yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit about your experience then.
It was a sexy experience. But they have it on there. So like, you know, basically what you do is you plug it in. You're like, all right, well, I'm going to go to bed tonight at 11 o'clock and I'm going to be up at 7. So basically it takes your, you know, the average person's sleep cycles. You go through a whole bunch of fucking sleep cycles in the night, and part of that is like sleep. Right? So, like it times the time you go to sleep versus when you're supposed to wake up, and it knows your sleep cycles. So when you're in your dream state, it starts at barely an audible whisper, which your ears can still hear. It starts saying things like, if you said pirate boat flying, like in your dream, that would be the hint. So, you know, if you do it in that order, like first you might imagine that you're a pirate and then you're on a boat and then all of a sudden the boat fucking takes off. I mean, it really works like that. And I'm not saying, you know, it's going to work 100% of the time, but I've used it once and it did work. And I still remember the dreams. It was really cool. It was a neat little experience to have.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, so another plug.
What's that called again?
Sigmund, like Freud. Sigmund. I was very disappointed.
It's on iTunes?
It's on iTunes. It's an app for the iPhone or your iPod or your iPad or whatever. But I was disappointed to learn that they did not have Mega Man in the suggestions, which is what I was really shooting for. But they have a lot of cool stuff. So, you know, you're asleep at least a third of your life. You might as well have a little adventure while you're out. So pick it up, 99 cents. It's, if it works, it works. If not, I'm sure you've bought something by Limp Bizkit in the past and burned 99 cents.
Yeah, you have bigger regrets.
Yeah,
like the time you bought a ticket for Basic Instinct 2.
Yeah. At some point, somebody's like, man, this Lady Gaga chick is really good. She's going to take off.
Don't even fucking get me started.
This girl's going to go places. 99 cents. So you spend it on worse. Give it a shot. At the very least, it can... possibly make a couple of dreams you have a week a little bit more memorable. So, very cool stuff.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to tell us anything about your dreams or your hopes or thoughts, or, if you just want to talk about your favorite band or The Matrix, whatever. Drop us a line at nerdtopiacast@gmail.com, man. If there's something you want us to talk about on the air, we will read your email live. Well, it won't be live. It'll be live at the time we are reading it, but it will not be live at the time that you listen to it. Although we would like to do a live show at some time.
It is in the works. We said from the very beginning, and we're working up to that. That's what all this is about, guys. This is what the website's about. That's why we say if you find a reason to click an ad, if you look at something that you're like, I can use this, click the ad. All of that, anything that we make at this point is going to go to growing the show and making it bigger and better and badder and bringing it into your neck of the woods, man, and starting the revolution one city at a time. So remember that, and remember to go to nerdtopiacast.blogspot.com, bitch. Set it as a favorite. Set it as a homepage. Go to
like
Facebook.
us on Facebook.
Yes.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yep. And
all that other good
subscribe to us on iTunes. Get on iTunes. Yes. Subscribe away. I've subscribed. My wife has subscribed. He's subscribed. Now it's your turn. And this is your show, man, so go fucking own it. Spread the message. Spread the gospel. Let's proselytize. Whatever that fucking word is.
Proselytize?
Yes, let's get it out there. Let's preach the word, man. And we're like I said, one show at a time, baby.
Fucking right. Spoken like a true Nerdtopian.
Yes, sir.
For NerdtopiaCast, I'm Doolin Dalton.
I am Steve motherfucking Wareham.
Thanks for nerding out with us. Good night, guys.
Find more funny stuff at nerdtopiacast.blogspot.com.